they're actually allowing FBM sellers, fulfillment by merchant sellers, to win the buy box. Hey, what is going on, Amazon business owners and very soon to be Amazon business owners? Bob Schneck checking in with you today. I hope you are having a phenomenal day like I am. I am so excited to be here today because I've got a topic and an opportunity amongst all the craziness and chaos going on with the COVID virus right now. And I just hope and pray you're staying safe right now. But you know what? Now is not the time to sit back and do nothing. I see that happen in so many Amazon sellers. They think, because Amazon is kind of shut down, they think that that's the reason for them to not have to do anything because they're told to shelter in place. It means they need to binge watch, Netflix or something. I'm telling you what, now is the time. In this craziness that's going on all around us lies amazing opportunity, right? And so I want to show you a strategy today that's going to actually allow you to take advantage and gain market share and continue to make money even though all this craziness is going on around us. Now, I want to preface everything that I'm going to talk about with a little bit of history. We know back in the middle of March, all right, Amazon made the decision. They said, hey, we're going to help the world. We're going to dedicate Amazon to helping control the COVID virus. We're going to start shipping only essential items. And then they sent a letter out to all Amazon FBA sellers that said, hey, we're sorry, but right now we are not going to allow you to ship any non-essential things to the Amazon warehouses. Now, that got everybody freaking out, right? Because all of a sudden they're sitting on all this inventory. They can't ship it into Amazon. What's going on? Then as the week started to move forward, you know what happened? All of a sudden, the inventory that was at the Amazon warehouses started to run out. So sellers that have been doing great couldn't send in new inventory. The stock they had in the Amazon warehouse was now gone, all right? So again, here's my attitude. It's like anything in life. Where there's problems, there's opportunity. When a window's shut, a door's open. So what I want to do is I want to show you a tremendous opportunity, a strategy that you can apply right now during the craziness that is going to allow you to continue to sell probably more than you sold before, right? And prepare you for when all of these restrictions are lifted, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go over to my slideshow. I prepared a few slides to kind of illustrate my point for you. Let me just go ahead and pull this up. All right. So what I want to talk about is the buy box. All right. So let's kind of get a little history lesson here. I've told you in the past that in order to win the buy box, and the reason we want to win the buy box is because Amazon claims about 90% of all of their sales go through the buy box, right? And in order to participate, you have to A, sell new products. B, you have to use the FBA platform. Uh-oh, timeout, that's a problem. I'm not able to send my stuff to Amazon for Amazon FBA. So when you run out of stock, now you have no chance to win the buy box. Well, hold on to that thought, okay? And then number 3 is you must match the buy box price. So we know those are the rules, right? And when you apply the rules, Amazon is going to award you sales and you're going to make money. It's the way it works. But with all the craziness going on, it kind of puts the rules into chaos. And because of that, Amazon is actually now bending those rules a little bit, all right? And they're allowing us to kind of skirt some of the rules. Meaning when the stock runs out in the FBA warehouses, Amazon still wants to sell and make money, right? Just like we all do. So now they're actually allowing FBM sellers, fulfillment by merchant sellers, to win the buy box. They're even awarding FBM sellers the sale like they have in the past for FBA sellers. So let's just take a look at this. I brought up a listing right here, some Glade air scents. Now, This is a non-essential item, okay? So up until March 16th, we'll call it, you were able to send this in and you were able to sell it, and that was great. But once they sent that letter out, you couldn't send this inventory in, right? So if you did have inventory and you ran out, then all of a sudden your income dried up, your sales dried up, even if you had pallets of this stuff sitting at your house or in a warehouse. So let's take a look at what's going on here. This is the buy box. We know that over here on the right-hand side. I'm going to actually blow it up a little bit. So let's take a look at some things here. First off, when you have something that says add to cart or buy now, now, you know, and I know that means that Amazon is awarding somebody that sale, okay? And in the past, you've had to, right, sell new, use FBA, and match the buy box price. But again, because of what's going on, they can't hold people to those rules and still expect sales to occur. So let's take a look at what it says. Down below, it says ships from and sold by Chicago Connection. Now, in the past, that would have said sold by Chicago Connection, fulfilled by Amazon, right? Based on previous rules. But we're looking at this saying, well, wait a second. Amazon is awarding somebody that's not following the rules. Well, therein lies the opportunity. Now, Amazon's not going to come out and tell you this, just like they don't really tell you what the rules are to win the buy box. Well, right now, they're just saying, okay, we're going to start to do this. And if anybody catches on, great. Well, I'm going to help you catch on and take advantage of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at some things. Now, you can see back here, there are 5 sellers of this. So let's take a look at the 5 sellers. The first one right here, Chicago Connection, they're the ones that are being awarded the buy box. They are selling new, right? The buy box price is $10.49, okay? But you can see right here, there is no prime tag. So they're not doing FBA, they're doing FBM, fulfillment by merchant. Either they're shipping it themselves or they got a third-party logistics center, prep center doing it for them. But they're the ones that are winning the buy box. All right, so let's look at the next one. The next one is Willyo, and Willyo is $10.99, so they're higher than the buy box price. They're selling new, but they're not doing FBA. Okay, so the reason that Amazon is not awarding them the sale is they're not the lowest value. They're not the best value for the customer. All right, let's look at number 3. Oh, well, wait a second. Number 3 is Chicago Connection. They're the ones that won the buy box up here. So they have 2 listings. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, we have some strategies. These are advanced strategies for doing this. In this case, Amazon is just allowing it to happen. All right. So take a look at what's going on over here. They have their price is $11.49, which is $1 more than the buy box right now. They only have 8 items. So let's talk about what Chicago Connection is actually doing. This is a product they've been selling. We can look at history. We can see they've been selling it for a very long time, right? But then all of a sudden, Amazon puts the restrictions on. We're not receiving any non-essential items. So what happened is their inventory in the warehouse started to go down. Well, they still have these pallet loads over here, but they can't send them to Amazon. But they said, let's sell it FBM. And by doing that and lowering the price, Amazon is now awarding them the buy box, and they're selling as much or more than they ever sold before by shipping it themselves using the FBM platform. All right. Now, interesting. Okay. So in other words, they didn't let the coronavirus stop them from making money. They just, like I said, when a window's shut, a door's open. You just look for the opportunity. In the chaos allows opportunity for those that are willing to adjust and take advantage. All right. So one of the things that I always like to do whenever I'm looking at opportunities, looking at products, trying to figure things out, when you look at the listing itself, you get a snapshot, right? But when we make a decision, I want to look at history. I want to have a better idea of what's going on to see if I can see some trends or some things that will help me be a better seller. So I'm in my Keepa, and by the way, if you don't have Keepa, you need to get Keepa. It is an absolute essential tool for success on Amazon, okay? And I've got other videos on that if you want to check those out. But I'm going to blow up this area over here. So what you can do is you can actually go down the line, the history, and look at any moment in time and see what Amazon was doing. So let me blow this up. And as you can see, on April 20th, okay, the buy box price was $10.49, and it was given to a third-party FBM seller. So that right there validates what it is I'm talking about. All right. In other words, there was an FBA seller there, but they actually gave the sale to the FBM seller, and for some reasons that I'm going to teach you here shortly. Okay. But we know that Amazon is awarding the buy box to an FBM seller. That is huge. Okay. So let's go back a little bit further. This is April 6th. So about 2 weeks before that, you can see once again, the buy box is 1049. That's that line up here. We can see the consistency. And it was awarded to a third-party FBM seller. So Amazon, for the last couple of weeks, have actually been doing that. And we know who's been winning it is Chicago Connection, right? So what happened is around that March 16th timeframe, when Amazon, dropped the boom and said we're no longer accepting FBA inventory. Well, now people got clever. They figured out what to do. So let's go back a little bit further here. And I am now on April 1st. I'm going to blow this up for you. Okay. And when you're on any one of these data points inside here, you can actually click on it and it will bring up the detailed information about that particular day. So as you can see right here, this is on April 1st. Okay. So again, about a week before the one we just looked at. The party that won was a new third-party FBM seller won the buy box, and the buy box was $9.95. So that was actually, probably, what is that, about 50 cents less than what it was we were looking at before. All right. So let's take a look at who was actually selling this. And as you can see right here, it was Willio is the one that was selling that particular item. So what took place here, right? Before we were looking at it, and Willio was $10.99. Chicago Connection actually won the buy box, $10.49. But what did Willio do? If you remember, right? If you remember, what was the buy box price on this one? It was $9.95. So again, that's kind of cluing you into one of the strategies or rules we're going to apply in order to win the buy box as an FBM seller. All right. So what happened here is they lowered their price. They became the lowest FBM seller, and Amazon awarded them the sale. You can see that right there. All right. So again, we're starting to understand what is actually going on. So here are some rules that I want to clue you into that are going to begin to help you understand how, as an FBM seller, you can continue to win the buy box. You can continue to sell your inventory during the COVID crisis. You can continue to buy inventory from your suppliers so you're ready to roll. When they lift the restrictions, then you can jump right back into FBA. All right, so here are the rules. Number one, this usually applies when FBA sellers are out of stock. Now, that's also true when Amazon is out of stock, because Amazon is in the same situation as we are, right? They're running out of that FBA stock. So when there's no FBA sellers or they're out of stock, Amazon has a tendency to begin to award the buy box to FBA or FBM sellers. Number two, in order to be considered, all right, you really do have to have a great shipping record as an FBM seller. Now, this goes back to some of the other things that I've taught you in the past. I want you to focus on FBA. That's what the norm was before. Right? But I always said you ought to be doing a little bit of FBM. You want to show Amazon that you are good at it, that you do it right on time, every time, because it could come into play in the future. And that was a perfect example. If you have a track record of shipping FBM products on time, every time, and treating your customers the right way, then there's a greater likelihood that as an FBM seller right now, Amazon will actually award you the buy box. And then finally, if there are other FBA sellers, like we saw a second ago, right? If you discount your price 5 to 15% from the lowest prime seller, then that's another situation where Amazon is likely to award you the buy box as an FBM seller. And we can see that from what I already showed you. So here's Chicago Connection, right? They were winning the buy box at $10.49. And up here, they are the only prime seller. They're selling new, right? At $11.49, but Amazon is not awarding them the sale because there's a better option down here. So again, there are so many opportunities right now, and I want you to keep your enthusiasm. I want you to know that you can do this. You can be successful at Amazon. Don't listen to all the dream stealers and naysayers that you can't do it right now. There is always a way to succeed. Sometimes you just need a little help, a little guidance from people like me. So let me tell you what, thank you so much for checking into this. If you enjoy this, if you learned something that's going to help you make money, do me a favor, click the button down below that says like. All right. I always like to know that you guys are enjoying these videos I do. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the little blue bell. And then that way I can notify you whenever I put out a new video. I'm trying really hard to put one out every week right now. Okay, so that way you can stay up to speed with all the latest and greatest stuff that we got going on. And if you like these videos and you want to learn more about what we do, okay, what we do is we have a time-tested, proven business model. And what that business model is we buy low from authorized suppliers, we mark the products up, and we sell them individually on the Amazon platform. But the trick is we sell brand new name brand products. We sell the things that people are already coming to Amazon to buy. And this is a business model that's been around since the dawn of time, so we're not reinventing the wheel. It's used by the largest retailers in the world today, Walmart, Target, Costco, right? So we know that it works. All we have to do is learn how to apply it to the Amazon platform. And if you'd like to learn how to do that, I would love to invite you to a live webinar. I'll be holding a live webinar in the next week or two. And it is live, by the way, so you can actually come with all of your questions. I hang around as long as people have questions for me. But what it will do is it will show you how to take advantage. Even in the midst of the craziness and the crisis that's going on, it will show you how to take advantage and take control, right? Take control of your life so that the next time the next crisis hits, you're not going to be affected like so many people are out there today. So with that, thanks again for listening. I'm glad you are here. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know any questions you ask, just write them into the chat box down below. We always get back to you. And thanks again. My name is Bob Schneck, and I look forward to seeing you at the top.